Alright, so in the last video we saw that I had a bunch of crud coming in all the way up to the filter. So the question is what's going on, in the tank. So that's what we're actually going to check out today. We're going to, well, I'm already in the process of it because I always end up just doing stuff. So basically there's 6 bolts that hold this bed on, and there's one or there's 2 up here, or well, 1 on either side, and then 2 on either side back in the back, and there's one, it's kind of like there's one right here above, or in the area of the leaf spring, and then there's one at the very back. So take those loose. Also take your tail lights out, take loose connections, run the wiring harness down through there, and then take loose the wiring harness from, if you've never taken your bed off and you still have the connections, like the little not quick, with the little body clips or whatever, take all that off so you don't rip that off, and then the fun begins. It's easier when you have 2 people, or if you're if you need it, 4 people. But yeah, I mean, you're just basically gonna lift it up. If you're doing it by yourself, you can lift it from the back if you're strong enough and pull it over a little bit and then get it up on there, and then you can sort of work it your way back. Basically what I want to do is I want to get this off right here, and then, or well, I want to get, the filler neck. Get the filler neck off so that's out of the way, because we're dropping that entire tank. I was hoping to get to drive this truck, but hey, it's 31 years old, so it is what it is. But I could not seem to get the fluid out of the filler neck by just siphoning it, because of the hose that I was using. But that's okay. We're gonna go ahead and take all this loose. That way it's a lot easier to get to. Well, so this is the deal. I've actually put the fuel tank back in there. So let's go over a couple things. So you saw me pull it out and everything. We were talking about going fuel cell, and I wanted to go fuel cell. I really did, but I just ain't got that kind of money to do that today, or well, anytime right now. So what I ended up doing was I looked inside the tank, and the inside the tank actually wasn't rusty at all. There was some stuff, I think it may have fallen in from the top. There was something right around where the fuel pump goes in at, and I think what happened there was some stuff fell in there, because I was able to clean that out, and like I said, the inside still had the full-on coating on the inside and everything like that. It looked great. So I actually just put everything back in there. So got the tank back in right there, and she is 100% fully cleaned. And one thing I noticed was that whenever I had whenever I had originally put the fuel pump on and everything like that, I had put the return line basically where it was spraying right on the sock, or so that pushed it right off. And I don't think I had it pressed on all the way either, because when I pulled it out, the sock was sitting in the bottom of the thing. So that makes sense why stuff got all the way up there, because the sock wasn't catching it. The pump seems to be fine. I don't know if I was able to run it in reverse or not. I tried, but I don't know if it actually did or not. So but it ran, it flows, so hopefully it's fine. Hopefully it didn't get damaged with any of that. If it did, we'll just pick up another one. They're like $70, $80, something like that. Not that bad. What I have is right here. So what you can do is you can run on down to AutoZone, and you can pick up one of these here fuel pressure testers. So I got this, and so basically we're gonna hook it up, and this right here is just like a little release, but we're looking for about 58 psi. So we're gonna go ahead and do it without it running at first, and then we'll start it up and see what we have there too. Alright, I'm not sure what we got. So we're gonna start off with 0 pressure. So we're gonna see what we got going on here. So we're gonna, alright, make sure it sounded weird. Let's make sure there was no leaks. Nope, no leaks. So I have the suspicion that the injectors might be leaking. So let's go ahead and just, all right. It's only holding at like 52. It's only holding at 52, which is weird. So, and let's see, if you watch this, it has already dropped down to 48, and watch, it'll just keep dropping. Drop, drop. With that, I do believe that my injectors could possibly be clogged again. But not only that, but I also believe that my fuel pump is having issues. Okay, so to fix it, I'm going to use this here 100 micron fuel filter. These are new injectors. These are for actually the 5.3, 4.8, and the 6. They all use pretty much the same injector somehow. That's interesting. But these are the same part number that were on that I have on there right now, which was they are the right ones. And then I got me a 255 liters per hour fuel pump. This actually, when it's at 53 psi, it'll probably be more closer to like 210, 220. I don't know exactly, but it won't exactly be 255. But this right here is going to take care of pretty much all of our issues. Okay, so got that there filter in. Got the right direction, going that way. As you can see, maybe it's got new injectors, got fancy, nice, shiny clips in there, and then obviously the fuel pump is in place. So, okay, got her going here. I had that little bit of a fuel leak. Let's see. I don't see anything else. And that was all me, actually. I had forgot to tighten up that whole fitting. So what we gotta do is we gotta let this thing warm up, because right now it's never really ran longer than a minute, maybe. So and that's messed up. I don't understand why it's saying it's already up to temp. So I may go ahead and grab the laptop. I'll probably shut this down, grab the laptop, and see why it's not actually giving me what I needed. It may be that I haven't hooked up a wire on here. And I'm pretty confident that that might actually be what the case is. So alright, so got her going now. And let's watch these short-term fuel trims. See what's going on here. They seem to be going up evenly. But alright, so we're up to 194. As you can see, maybe it picks it up. But yeah, she's running great. When we first started up, it had some sticky lifters. First startup. That seems to have remedied itself, thank goodness. That's the #1 fan apparently, so that'll be the #2, which that works out. I didn't realize I had set that up properly. So we're at the 196. Everything seems to be going now. The short terms are coming down, starting to learn what's going on here, and they're working their way down. Like I said, I reset the short terms, so maybe that was the issue I was having. The timing has been more steady here lately, which is good because it's having to relearn everything here. Yeah, it just went back down to 194, so the fan is working. I might adjust that because we want the engine temp to get above 200 at least. So I may adjust that so that it'll go up some. Because 192, that's a nice temp, but we can go higher. And it might even be higher once we're driving around, but this is literally just one fan kicking in and doing the work. So, now let's take a look, guys. Let's take a look around here. I mean, sounds good. I hear the injectors. Nothing leaking down here. Oh yeah, this is great. Yeah, gone down to 190, and the short-term fuel is dropping drastically. And yeah, everything is looking so good. All right. we still gotta tune the idle and a few other things, but I mean, she is up to temp. She is cooling herself down. There's no leaks. There's no fires. Yeah, this is freaking great. All right. Yeah, she's holding steady at 190. Looks like. So that fan would run constantly at that point, which is fine. Let's go ahead and shut this girl down. Yes! It's a great feeling. Oh, she sounds so good. Oh man, it's been a long time coming. Well, I mean, it was done once before, and now it's back again. So, but that smell. Dang, it smells so good. And Michael's car is coming along pretty well too. We've actually got a lot of this stuff figured out here recently. So if you're here for the Honda, expect some more stuff coming out for it here very shortly. And oh, check it out. Also, it's a very terrible example of it, but these are the tires and wheels that I want to go with. So I found one of these in the junkyard. I'm gonna clean this one up, clean up all the scuff marks and all that stuff, and clean out all that stuff. I'm not worried about it. I'm gonna paint it black. But these are wider than the stock, those other ones. So these are gonna be much better at getting grip. But they fit fantastic. So, oh man, oh man, oh man, we're so close. I still gotta double check the brakes up front, make sure they're bled. I want they're primary, so I want to make sure that I stop fully, and that's good. Looks like the radiator did fantastic. Nothing inside there other than the general debris from new products, which is to be expected, which looks good. So we can put that radiator cap back on. Yeah, man. No, I made sure this time to get all the wires out of the way of the exhaust. I have singed many wires in the early days of the LS swap. It's really easy, especially when I had those shorties in there. Man, there was barely any space to go anywhere. But whoo, buddy, I'm so happy. So I think that's gonna do it for this video. I got a few things I got to figure out, like the camshaft position sensor and the O2 heater sensor, and we're also gonna go in over the idle tuning as well. I do know that pretty well. I've done it on the 5.3, which the problem with it was, like I've said many times, on a 4.3 liter tune, it's not gonna work right. So this should work out a lot better. And the next time we start it up, the fuel trims should change out a lot better. It's learning, so everything should do a lot better as we go along. And also, we're gonna figure out what I didn't hook up on this. I believe what I didn't hook up was the wire to the serial data. So I just gotta hook up that, and then I'll have all of my stuff here like I'm supposed to. I do believe it's how it was the last time, and it worked fine. So it should work the same way again. But later, see you guys on the next one.